Hello and welcome to today's video. We'll be addressing one of the most frequently asked questions by newcomers to relocation astrology. Which planetary line should you choose? If this question resonates with you, stay tuned until the end of the video. You'll gain valuable insights that can help you avoid poorly advised decisions and save yourself years of unnecessary struggle. So let's consider a newcomer to relocation astrology using astro.com or another free platform. They might start by exploring the meanings of various planetary lines, for instance, learning that Jupiter and Venus are generally favorable, while Mars and Saturn can present challenges. This often leads to the question, what will happen if I live under a particular line? So let's start with a few facts about the seven wanderers. By this, I mean the Sun, Moon, and planets from Mercury up to Saturn. First, their quality can vary. For example, a beneficial Saturn can be highly useful, while a detrimental Venus can be quite harmful. Second, assessing their quality requires proper training in astrology. That's important to note. And finally, while these planetary influences can enhance certain material aspects of life, they are not inherently soul-fulfilling. True happiness lies beyond them. Other common astral components can be relatively neutral, such as the lunar nodes, or challenging, like Uranus and Neptune. Once again, their quality can vary greatly depending on numerous factors that require astrological expertise to evaluate. And while all these components can be useful and shape life experiences, they are generally not seen as primary sources of happiness based on both empirical observations and their established delineations. Moving on to Plutinos, celestial bodies named after Pluto because they share its orbit, here are a few key facts and guidelines. First, over 700 Plutinos exist at the outskirts of our solar system. And Plutinos are generally extremely challenging, and it is best to avoid their influence as much as possible. Now, some Plutinos may appear beneficial, but embracing their energy is ultimately deleterious in the long run. And finally, there are thousands of other celestial components located beyond Neptune, known as TNOs, Trans-Neptunian Objects. There are many of them, and they can be very powerful. And their perceived quality ranges from fairly demanding to extremely giving and soul-fulfilling. From the number of celestial components involved, we can already infer that the number of influences per location not displayed on free astrocartography maps is astoundingly small compared to reality. Hence, a single influence is likely not enough to tip the scale of happiness. What tips the scale of happiness is actually a quantitative factor, the overall ratio of beneficial influences, mostly from favorable TNOs, versus challenging ones, primarily from Plutinos. Do the beneficial influences outweigh the negative ones? That is the key question to answer before relocating. Let's consider a concrete example. A trip I took to India a few years ago, involving the cities of Bangalore and Kochi, both located near my beneficial Venus line. Despite this, I was quite happy in Bangalore, but very unhappy in Kochi. So what happened? To gain some insight, let's use the relocation astrology software Canopus, which incorporates a vast amount of astrological data that will be impossible to handle manually. The software Canopus evaluated 1 million of potentially meaningful astral influences for Bangalore. This circular graph represents the top 1%, with each of the 10,000 influences being depicted by a single dot. The dots are scattered across the 12 life sectors or astrological houses. Positive influences are situated on the right side of each life sector, while negative ones are on the left. The strongest influences are located at the outer edge of the disk. The overall quality of a life sector is represented by its color score along the edge of the disk, with green-blue being the most favorable. And let's note that the positive influence of Venus, represented in orange, is located in the 12th life sector, which relates to mental thoughts and spiritual well-being. Hence, we observe that the beneficial influences outweighed the negative ones in most life sectors, including the 12th life sector. Consistently, I experience happiness in Bangalore. In Kochi, however, also located on my Venus line a few hundred kilometers south of Bangalore, the landscape of astral influences changed drastically. The number of negative influences increased significantly while the number of positive influences decreased. As a result, the scale of happiness tipped in the opposite direction and Kochi became a detrimental experience overall. I truly hope this representation helps you understand the hidden complexity behind a basic astrocartography map. Happy and prosperous locations for years to come can be spotted, but without acknowledging this complexity, you are essentially rolling the dice. I know that some of you are looking for quick, free information that will change your life like a magic wand, but the truth is that astrology, like any other empirical science, requires time, discipline, and experience to be used properly. I learned that the hard way, and with this lesson I hope to spare you from relocating naively to a location, only to end up surrounded by Plutino influences. Therefore, unless you're willing to spend years learning astrology, I highly recommend consulting an expert before committing to a relocation. It's a sound, worthwhile investment that will put the odds in your favor. I offer a selection of 6 consultation formats designed to meet your specific needs. Whether you're looking to explore a single location or multiple destinations, review past locations, or investigate potential future options, there's a format that suits you. All consultations use the latest version of Canopus, the cutting-edge relocation software I coded. You can easily schedule your session via my Calendly link below. We are now reaching the end of the video. I hope you benefited from it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. All the links to my services are in the description below if you're interested. Until next time, goodbye.